Section recap. Another section behind your belt. Congratulations. Let's see what we learned in this one. In this section, we learned, number one, how to connect Tableau to an Excel file. Not that much different to a CSV file. The only probably difference that you might want to point out is that if you have many tabs in your Excel file, then you will see all the tabs in Tableau, and you have to select the correct tab that you want to be working with. And so if you want to connect to multiple tabs, then you have to create a new connection every time. Number two, how to visualize ad hoc A/B tests. So I showed you my personal invention, I would call it, kind of framework that I use for running ad hoc A/B tests. A very quick way to run your A/B tests. It's not a proper full-fledged statistical way of running A/B tests, so we don't check for significance and so on. However, there's 2 points to that. First of all, in the next section, we will change all of that, and you will see that it is very easy to get that statistical backing behind your findings, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. We'll be talking about something called the chi-squared test, which might sound scary, but it's actually very, very simple. And that will give our visual A/B test that we've been learning in this section full power, full statistical power, and full statistical weight. And the second point is that these visual A/B tests are so simple. You don't have to waste your time running all the stats or crunching all the numbers just to find out that there's no significant difference or something that doesn't matter to you. Like this in Tableau, you just throw in your variables, and within a couple of minutes, you've run maybe 5 visual A/B tests, and you know where to keep looking. So this is what data mining is about. It's not about stats. We're not statisticians. We're data scientists. We're mining the data. We're getting insights fast, and we get what we want and as quickly as possible. And then we take it from there. Number 3, how to create aliases. Very powerful technique in Tableau, which makes your work easier because you know which variables you're dealing with. You don't have to deal with numbers. We're not computers after all. And you can convert a 1 into a yes, a 0 into a no, or you can rename basically values inside your columns. Very powerful technique to have, not just for working with Tableau, but also for visualization. It helps your audience understand better. When in your color legend, for instance, you don't have 1s and 0s, you have yeses and nos, or exited and stayed with the bank, and things like that. How to add a reference line to your chart. Also a good technique. So we added a fixed reference line because we already knew what our average rate of leaving the bank was, which was 20%. So having that visually present allowed us to analyze quickly and understand what is below average, what is above average. So adds value to your analysis and helps you analyze faster. We also learned how to use ad hoc A/B tests to find anomalies. So probably 2 things I wanted to mention here. You saw that by running these A/B tests, we were able to quickly find variables that matter to us, variables that don't matter to us, find any anomalies. Anomalies are more like things that we don't expect to happen, but they do happen, like the situation that we saw with a number of products. Like that was kind of an anomaly, and that is definitely something we would take forward and investigate further what's going on there. And that is definitely not normal to see that with the rise of number of products. The churn rate also increases after some stage. And you'll be surprised at how many weird things you'll be able to uncover in the data through these kind of tests. And it is by looking into those insights that you are able to not only fulfill the requirements of your project, but actually go above and beyond and add immense value to your business, sometimes much greater than what you were going to add through your project itself. And so also the second point on number 5 is that you saw how easy it was. Once you've set up your template, you've set up the formatting, you put the reference line in, you just have to duplicate it, replicate it, and change the name of your column. So replace the column. It's very easy to run these ad hoc tests. Once you've set up the first one, very easy to replicate. And number 6, how to validate your data approach. A very handy trick there. Use a column or a variable you know has no influence on the result. For example, the last digit of their mobile number or their client account number, and check that there is a uniform distribution. That will help you avoid any errors you might have in your approach, or check any errors in the data. And that's the end of this section. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, happy analyzing.